And 1, 2, 3. Spare fingers. Hi guys, and welcome to La Lucha is Real podcast. I'm your host Angel,
and I'm Edith,
and we have some news for you guys.
Dun dun dun. Well,
dun dun dun. We're canceling. Me and Edith got into a fight.
Yeah, we don't like each other right now, bro. Like we're forced right now.
Yeah,
to sit down.
Like I don't even like the fact that I'm sitting so close to her.
Yeah, it irks me that she's right next to me.
Dude, people are really like, shut the fuck up. People are really like, shut the fuck up and get to the point.
Again.
Pass me a tissue. I'm fucking crying. All right, guys. No, we do have some important news for you. We did want to let you guys know that after this episode, for the next month, all of our episodes are going to be pre-recorded. So everything you guys are going to see, we've already filmed. And
we filmed like a month or 2 months before.
So we basically had to film like 2 months worth of content.
Thanks to Edith, that's going on a month-long vacation.
Yeah, Edith's gonna be gone. She's leaving me for a whole month. Yeah. She's gonna be living her best life. Mm-hmm. So yeah, we decided that we still wanted to keep up with our weekly podcast episodes. So we pre-recorded for you guys.
That's how much we love y'all.
Yeah, that's how much we love
y'all. That we stressed ourselves trying to pre-record so many weeks of episodes, including First Friday. I think
we pre-recorded 2.
Yeah.
Pre-recorded 2.
You ain't missing it. It's going to be like normal schedule for y'all, but for us, we're actually going to be taking a break.
Yeah, but you guys will still see us on social. So if you follow us on Instagram at Lucha is Real Podcast and on TikTok, we're still gonna be posting stuff. It's just everything's gonna be pre-recorded because Edith is going on a month vacation. Well deserved.
Oh, thanks. I feel like I'm already stressed, bro. Because it's gonna be like very jam-packed. So I'm like, ugh.
Yeah. It's been a little stressful.
It's been a little stressful.
But we should be back to our regular program
at the end of July.
At the end of July, maybe beginning August.
Yeah, around there.
But we'll let you guys know when we're back to not live, but like back to not pre-recorded episodes. It's been a little stressful, guys. It's been a little stressful.
Honestly, but like y'all, this is commitment. This is how you guys know like we're real serious about this podcast, because it was not easy. It was not easy. It was like recording episode, then editing. And
then there was one episode we filmed, and then we're like, you know what? Let's put that one off to the side. We're not ready for that one. We're gonna
and we had to do an extra episode.
Yeah.
Guys, y'all.
But that's how you know we love y'all.
Yeah.
So
thank you for listening and supporting.
Yeah. So that's the news.
That's it.
So we're not breaking up.
Maybe when I come back from Mexico, maybe like Angel does something and I'm like, fuck you. We'll still make an episode though. Mad. Probably something like esto va a estar la cobija. Va a estar levantada, like separating us.
And then we're like, we're locked in now. We're not canceling the podcast, but we're going to talk with the little wall between us. Could you imagine?
I would like to do an episode like when we're mad at each other. I don't know how that could happen, but it's like, fucking bitch. Okay. Enough about you. Imagine. Anyways, so this episode,
from this
point of view. But now that the news is out about the pre-recorded, I think this episode comes out after Father's Day.
Yes, so Father's Day was yesterday. I hope all the dads out there.
Feliz Dia de los Padres.
Yes.
To all the present fucking dads.
Yeah.
We love them.
The present dads. So we hope everybody had a nice holiday. It's a holiday, right?
Yeah.
I think of holiday, I think like Christmas.
I know, me too. But I'm like, it is.
Yeah,
it's just not like people don't take it off type thing.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, and it's on a Sunday.
Yeah. I don't know
if that means anything.
La cosa es que feliz Día de los Padres a todos los padres luchones, fuertes, and
yes,
that are there for their kids at all times.
Yeah, we hope everybody had a great time. So for your dad, if you are a dad, if whoever, you know, if you play a dad role, if you're stepdad, everybody.
Like biological fathers that are present, stepfathers, people who, like how you said, play the dad role. Happy Father's Day.
Yes.
Happy Father's Day.
With that being said, actually, I did want to talk about what you just said, for those who played a father role, because there seems to be like this controversy of some people having an issue with people celebrating their mom on Father's Day. I don't know if you've seen that on social media.
Like people mad about that shit?
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah. And I'll say it like this because for everybody who has been listening to the podcast, and you kind of know a little bit about my story, I grew up with a single mom, and yes, my dad is kind of in my life, but he wasn't very present growing up. So since I was actually little, my sister and I celebrated Father's Day with my mom. For one, my sister doesn't even know that's her story. I'm not going to share her story, but we've always celebrated Father's Day with my mom, and that's because for us, our mother took on the role of two parents, and I feel like she did like double the work with us. I think she did work 2 jobs. She fucking did everything she fucking could, and for us, like, we just have so much respect for her that for her she took on I think she took on a 2-parent role, and so for her, that's why we celebrate Father's Day with her. It's not because she's a man. First of all, I don't think Father's Day is about a gender. I think it's about celebrating a parent who was like there for you and present and actively played a part in your life. And so for me and my sister, we celebrate Father's Day with her. But like when we've posted, like I've seen this on social media where I've posted like something on Father's Day with my mom, and people like have commented on there talking about like, why are you celebrating your mom? Like, that's what you have Mother's Day for. But I think that those people don't understand that a parent can play both roles.
That irks me. The reason, and this is coming from, I've had my 2-parent household, you know, whoever's watched knows that. And both of my parents are very present. And that irks me because I feel like being a mom and a dad is a role. You don't just become a mom and a dad just because you had a kid. No, you actively have to be in that kid's life to play that role. It's a role. It's not about gender. So like the fact that your mom had to do the mother role and the father role, why are we not going to celebrate her twice? She did double the work. Exactly. Hello. Like... Yeah. And fathers coming out like como sea, you know, like it's whoever plays that role. And whoever's watching this is probably saying, oh, but it goes the same way for dads. Yeah. For single fathers that play the mother role and the father role, we should celebrate them on Mother's Day as well because they're playing that role of a mom.
I agree.
So why are we not gonna? It's not about like gender, honestly, and it's about the role that they play in the kid's life.
And if other people want to celebrate a parent on whatever day, like, ¿qué te importa? Like, stay in your fucking lane, mind your own fucking business, and if you want to
move the fuck on,
move the fuck on. If you want to celebrate your mom only on Mother's Day and not on, that's up to you. Whatever you want to celebrate. If that was what your family dynamic was, then just focus on that. Why do you have to comment on other people doing what they want to do? Like, now I think I've also seen a lot of people come at like single moms who and I see it a lot in like, yeah, I'm going to celebrate Father's Day with my kid because I'm a single mom or whatever. But then like the dad is still an active part of that kid's life. And like I've seen people come at those women like who want to celebrate Father's Day with their kid because they're a single mom. But then the dad is still actively in their kid's life.
Like I said, it's about the role. So at the end of the day, for me, if that single mom is playing the father because the dad is that's why. If that single mom is playing the father role, then definitely should be celebrate Father's Day. But if the dad is the kid has a father like that's present and is active, very present, you know, it's just the couple split, whatever, and she's still very much doing just her mother role, like I'm sorry, like, the kid has a dad, Father's Day, so, and he's the father role. So, like,
I've seen people come at those particular, like, people, but, like, I guess I kind of get it, but at the same time, when there's like a single parent who's genuinely playing both roles, I do believe they should be celebrated.
They do
twice.
double the work, so why aren't we gonna celebrate them?
I never understood how, like, why do you care? First,
it's not your life.
It's not your life, and then it's like, why do you care who I celebrate when?
Exactly.
Yeah, I don't get it, but. But like you said, I think that, like, single fathers or fathers who take on both roles, I think they should also be celebrated on Mother's Day, because
whoever does double the work, ahí está.
Celebrated twice. And that's it. And honestly, it's all about the kid, right? It's all about the kid and how the kid feels about celebrating that person, because it's one thing for you, like those single moms who, like, even though the dad was still present in their kid's life, why did they all of a sudden decide that, like, I'm gonna celebrate Father's Day for myself, even though the kid has a present dad in their life?
Yeah.
It's like, it's one thing for you to, like, initiate that versus your kids initiating that.
Like, I want to celebrate you.
Yeah, because it was one thing, like, for example, like, with me and my sister celebrating Father's Day with my mom, it wasn't like my mom one day was like, I expect to be celebrated because I play two roles and this and this and that. Like, my mom never fucking said shit, never implied. And honestly, it was weird the first time we celebrated Father's Day with my mom, because she didn't get it. Like, she wasn't, like, right away, like she kind of was like, it was weird, because
like, huh
but, like, me and my sister kind of, like, I don't even know how we decided this, but just one day we were like, you know, what if we do something for my mom for Father's Day? Like, I mean, honestly,
she plays a role.
She plays I just held spit. She plays both roles, and, like, my sister doesn't have a present father, and, like, my dad was kind of in and out of my life, and, like, I didn't really celebrate Father's Day with him like that. And so I just felt like my mom played both roles and we should do something for her. So it was like something that me and my sister decided to do together. Mm-hmm. And I forgot what we did. I think we baked my mom a cake. And my mom was so, like, caught off guard because she wasn't expecting it. And she was kind of like, what is this for?
For
what? Like, yeah, we're like, well, it's Father's Day. And my mom was, like, confused. But, like, we kind of told her, like, you know, you play both roles in our life, and we just respect you so much, and we appreciate everything you do for us. Mm-hmm. And so that's why we did it for her. And it just kind of became our thing. And, like, and even hasta la fecha, my mom never expects anything on Father's Day, because she's not the one telling us, like, oh, what are we gonna do type shit. It's more like me and my sister continue to celebrate my mom for all the work she put in all those years playing both roles, both parent roles and stuff.
Exactly.
But I do also have to say that, like, just because I'm celebrating her on Father's Day doesn't mean that she, like, completely replaced my dad, because I don't think she ever really could replace my dad. And there's certain things that a dad can teach you that, you know, my mom ultimately won't be able to, because, again, she's still a woman. Like, her gender is still a woman. Mm-hmm. But again, like we said, like, it, like, celebrating I guess, like, a father figure or just, like, a parent role, it has nothing to do with really gender. It has to do...
I think that's the thing about it, that, like, when you think about Mother's Day and Father's Day, people automatically associate it with gender, but at the end of the day, it's not.
No.
It's just a role. It's a role that you play in the kid's life.
Exactly.
So...
What about non-binary people? I'm curious now. Because if they're non-binary, they don't... you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If they don't identify as mom or dad... they're just the parent. Is there, like, a parent day, or do they celebrate both?
Maybe both.
I don't know.
I have no idea.
I need a non-binary friend to tell me this.
Please educate us.
Yeah, educate us. But I
don't know.
What was I saying? Oh yeah,
Father's Day.
Yeah. So, like, honestly, like, I feel like as my mom's kids, like, we initiated that. So I think there's a difference between,
but
like,
I think it's for all holidays like that. Not all holidays, for Mother's and Father's Day, because I feel like I could genuinely say my parents don't expect anything on Mother's and Father's Day. Nothing. They don't even say anything, honestly. But we, out of the, like, me and mostly me, my sisters just are like, what are we gonna do, Edith, type shit. But we're the ones that kind of like, oh, we want to celebrate you guys. We want to take you out.
Excuse me.
Oh,
I just celebrate.
We want to take you out to eat. We want to gift you with stuff. We want to show our appreciation.
That's true, because I don't think my mom has ever been like, so what are we going to do for Mother's Day? Like, I don't think she's ever initiated that. We're just kind of like, hey, Mom, like, we made reservations. Like, this is what we're going to do.
Okay, that's good. But they've never said like, oh, what are we going to do? Like, or we're expecting something.
Yeah.
Never.
Now I'm curious. Does anybody's parents do that? Does anybody's parents be like, so how are you guys going to... Because, like, I know a certain mom that was like, so what are you going to give me for my birthday? And, like, what are you going to give me for Mother's Day? And I was just kind of like, oh, that's kind of weird. That, you're the one that's like, ¿qué me vas a dar?
Because I feel like it has to come out of, like... especially for those days, it's like...
Because, like, what if you were a shitty mom? Like, what if I don't want to give you anything?
Exactly. It has to come out of the fucking kids.
Yeah, I agree.
If you played that role, or, like, you took part of that role of being a mother or father, like, and the kids recognize that, they're going to celebrate you. But, honestly, if you're a shitty parent, why are they going to celebrate you if you've been a shitty parent?
That's true. Yeah, no. I need to know if there's anybody out there whose parents are like...
Yeah, because I've never had my parents be like, oh, ¿qué vamos a hacer este? No.
Yeah, I don't... Now that I think about it, I don't think my mom's ever, even on Mother's Day, have said that. Even though, like, girl, even for her, like, birthday, my mom, I'll be like, Mom, like, what do you want? And she'll be like, I don't know. And I'll be like, Mom, what do you want to go eat? And she's like, pues no ustedes quieran. Like, she's more like, what do you guys want to eat?
My parents have never, like, for their birthday or anything like that. Tampoco.
Yeah, my mom's more like, don't give me nothing. My mom says not to give her anything.
My mom's like...
And I'm like, you're funny.
Yeah, my mom's like, no, también. My mom's the same. No me den nada, nomás con que se porten bien. Like, oh, lady, come on. Un abrazo.
I'm just like, you're funny that you think I'm not gonna give you anything.
But it's like, I guess they just don't want to ask, like, or they just don't.
Yeah.
You know?
They're humble.
I know. But back to Father's Day, or...
Oh yeah, Father's Day. I'm sorry. We over here making it about moms. Oh my god, I'm so sorry.
Back to Father's Day, like, I truly appreciate, like, the people who play that father role, because it's so important and vital to a kid's life.
Yeah, it's just... I think, like, statistically speaking, I feel like it's not even that normal for dads to be in their kid's life. Like, statistically speaking.
It's crazy, though. It's crazy to me how that is, you know?
So I think it's a very special day because we are celebrating people who have played a father role in someone's life. And it's just crazy because, like, it's a little more... I think it's more... Mother's Day, I feel like it's like such a huge holiday. Like, everybody
and they make it huge everywhere, bro. Like, donde quiera, on the streets, people selling stuff for Mother's Day. Every store you go to, commercials and everything. And girl, when it comes to Father's Day, it gets a little sad.
It's not as big, but it's because I think maybe because, like, statistically speaking, there's not as many, like, present fathers, and
people don't celebrate it because
they don't celebrate, and that's just like I don't want to say, like, maybe because. Even, like, outside event, because, like, what do you get of dad? Like, because, for a lot of moms, it's, like, the balloons and the chocolates and the flowers.
But that's the thing about,
and, like, for men, like, they don't really, like, men don't really get flowers or whatever.
Let me tell you something, okay? And it was last year or the year before? I think it was a year that my dad, last year, he turned 50. Sorry, putting my dad out there. He's probably like, why you say my age, bro?
The big 50?
The big 50, okay? I came across this quote that said, it's so sad how a man usually gets, the first time he receives flowers is for his funeral. And I was like, fuck. I've never given my dad flowers. Like, I've never... So I did this thing where it's like for his 50th, me and my sisters, we gifted him some flowers. And he appreciated it so much. Like, it's not about like, oh, this is like too feminine or whatever the fuck. No, it was just a gesture of kindness, of appreciation. And he actually really liked it. Aww. He really liked it because he's like, wow, nobody has ever gifted me flowers. Like, that's nobody sweet. Has like... Because honestly, flowers, it's kind of like a token of appreciation type thing. Like, thank you for all you do.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. I think you mentioned that to me, and I think I asked Val one time, like, hey, I think, what did I ask him? I was like, would it be special to you if I got you flowers? I think maybe it was the way I worded it. I don't know. But then Val was just kind of like, why would you give me flowers? And I was like, I don't know. And I kind of said that. I was like, oh, it's kind of sad that the first time a man will receive flowers is for his funeral. And I kind of mentioned that to him. And Val was just like, well, I guess it just depends on how you see things, because he's like, flowers don't do anything for me. And
but that could go for girls too. A lot of girls don't like flowers.
Me.
There we go. So I don't think it's like, whatever, like, otherwise, but there's a lot of men that probably will appreciate,
will appreciate it.
Yeah, they just never got in it, and they're gonna say it, like.
Yeah, but what is a good Father's Day like gift? Because honestly, I'm gonna be honest. My mom does get flowers, but I wouldn't say they're like big for her either. Just like for flowers, don't really do much for me either.
It depends on the person.
Because I'll be like, are you gonna put that in the vase? Because, girl, flowers, yo no los cuido. I'll just be like.
And you see me, I love flowers. I love receiving flowers. Like, that's just a.
Like, if Val rolls up with some tacos.
Oh. Hey, la comida también, girl. But like, I love flowers, and I give myself flowers a lot because that's kind of like the standard that I put for myself. And also, like, for my future partner, that's like a token of appreciation that I like, So my mom also loves that. Like, my mom loves flowers.
Girl, did you tell her I said sorry about killing her flower?
Yeah, she did. She understands. Oh, it's okay. We said it.
You cannot leave me in charge of flowers.
Bro. We live sidetracked. We live in charge of the house. Whenever she's like all panicking, she's like, the flower's dead. The flower's dead. I'm like, what? I'm in Mexico. I'm like, huh? And me and my family could not stop laughing because Angel was in full panic mode because the plant was dead. Girl, but keep in mind, we got my mom like some random plant at the 99 store because we thought it was cool. So it cost like maybe like $1 or $2. And she's like, what do I do? Do I buy one and replace it? Or like,
girl,
I'm like, girl, no.
The plant was fine. And then the next day I came and it was like, eh.
Yeah, because that's probably the lifespan that it had. I bought it from the 99 store. We already knew, but we thought it was so funny. But backtracking, like, and I was like, when I got my dad flowers, like, I was like, oh, like, let me test it out. And he really loved it. So, like.
Do you get him flowers more regularly?
Yeah. So now, well, not more regularly, like, oh my God, like every time. But like for this Father's Day, like, I know my sister, well, he already received it by then. But like, my sister's sending him flowers and stuff like that. And we celebrate my dad like how we celebrate my mom. We keep it very equal, even though it's like, como te dije, it's a little bit harder because it's not so much promoted, so there's not a lot of stuff to gift.
It's not like a big of a hype. It's not as big of a hype. Yeah.
And it sucks. Like, for me, it like sucks because it's just like, oh fuck, like dads deserve that, like whoever plays the father role deserves that because it is a big deal. Being a father is a big deal, And so for us, like, one of probably the best Father's Day gifts that we did to my dad was actually combined with his birthday because his birthday is really close to Father's Day.
Oh, okay.
Was actually for his big 5-0, bro.
Oh, that was the game, right?
Yeah. My dad's a big Chivas fan, guy. A big Chivas fan. And I love my dad, and he sacrificed so much to give us a life that we have. Nunca nos ha faltado nada gracias a él because I live in a household where he's a breadwinner. My mom has been a stay-at-home mom, and I love that, But he has sacrificed so much for us and given us everything. No hay ninguna cosa que diga, ay, me ha faltado esto. And I just wanted to give him back a little bit because I know que él no se ha dado gustos pa él mismo because he's like, you know what? I could use this money for my daughters. Like, I could buy them a new computer. I could buy them a new car instead of spending the money on himself, you know? And so for last year, his big 5-0, I wanted to do something big, So we decided to get him front row tickets to the Chivas because they were coming to Las Vegas. Front row tickets with me and my sisters, My mom doesn't like soccer, so she's like, you count me the fuck out. But me and my sisters just like celebrating and being there with my father, and we get him cake and balloons and toda la cosa, la verdad. And his inner child coming out on the soccer game, bro, emotional just talking about it. Just I loved seeing him, like, finally, like, you know, enjoying himself. And,
yeah.
Like, when we gave him the tickets, bro, he got, like, emotional. He was like, fuck, I'm really going to a Chivas game.
That was his first one? Yeah. He had never been to one?
No, because, like I said, siempre ha sacrificado por nosotros y nos da nuestros gustos a nosotros antes de que se guste en los gustos.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, that was probably one of the best Father's Days.
Well, I mean, it was his big 5-0.
Yeah. Combined with big 5-0 and Father's Day, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It is.
What are other types of gifts you've given him?
Oh, usually, my dad's not very materialistic. Mm-hmm. But I've given him like an iPhone. I've given him like tech stuff, like whatever I see he kind of needs. Because he always says I don't need it. But, like, I know one of them, like, yeah, I did give him a new iPhone because I'm like, boy, I can't have the green bubbles anymore. We're all blue bubbles. And my dad was, like, hardcore Android. Well, we made him switch forcefully. He did not like that.
Yeah, when you get the green bubble, you're like, oh, that's a little ghetto.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, no, stop. So, it just things he wouldn't buy himself.
Yeah.
I try to think about the things like he just... él a lo mejor quiere, pero no se quiere comprar because it's just too much or something like that. Mm-hmm. And he'd rather spend it on us in the house.
I kind of do the same thing with my mom, too. Mm-hmm. I feel like... Because my mom never asks for anything, and it's very rare when she does, but she says it, like, in passing of, like, oh, that would be cool, but, like, kind of, like, oh, don't, like, she's not, like, get it for me,
yeah,
but she'll just be like, oh, like, that's cool, but that's it, like, she's never, like, oh, I expect this or anything, never really asks for anything, and she's kind of, like, and if, like, let's say I do want to get it for her, she'll just kind of be like, oh, like, no, like, it's too much money, like, don't do that, whatever, and I remember I did get my mom an iPhone, too, one time, and I don't recall if it was either for, I don't know if it was Mother's Day, her birthday, or Christmas. I forgot. It was like some kind of holiday, and I got her like one of the newest iPhones that was out, and she's just kind of like, ¿qué hago con esto? She's like, es mucho teléfono para mí. Because my mom was so used to, like, her little basic phone, and so, like, now, I think before that one, she had the iPhone that still had the button on the bottom, and so she's
like, how the fuck do I, there's no buttons.
She's like, ¿qué hago? No, there's no buttons. Like, and so, at first, I remember she was kind of like, no, this is too much money, ¿qué hago con esto? Es mucho teléfono, and I was like, well, if you don't want it, I'll fucking return it. And then she was just like, she's like, I see, es que es mucho dinero, and then she like, I was just like, you know what, mom, I was like, I'm gonna leave it with you for a week and then we'll revisit this. And then al último I was just like, so what do you think, should I return it? She's like, no, ya es mi teléfono, ya me gusta.
Ya la ye.
So it was just funny, but she does the mom thing where she like uses her phone with her pointer finger.
Yeah.
Instead of her thumb. Do your parents do that where they use their pointer finger and they go like this? Yeah. Instead of their thumbs.
Yeah. I don't know. I always try, like I said, to give them like things que no se compran de ellos mismos.
Yeah, because I feel like it's one thing to give. Oh, sorry, my back is hurting. It's one thing to give your parent something that's like useful versus something that nomás por un capricho, like something that they want, like something que por un gusto. Because like and I know I've done this for my mom, but that's because one time I really like kept bugging her and I was like, what do you want? And finally she was like, well, I do need this. So, but there's a difference between gifting somebody something that they could use. Like, for example, like my mom for a long time, like, let's say it was Christmas and she was like, well, if you guys are going to give me a gift, give me work shoes. But it's like, I don't want to give you work shoes because that's something that you like, you
have to, like, you're eventually going to buy that.
You're eventually going to buy fucking work shoes. Yeah. I don't want to get you work shoes.
I get that.
Like, I'd rather get you something por un gusto, like a phone. Like, you know, that's probably something that she's not going to get herself, or like get her something, or like take her on an experience, or like me and my sister have also taken her for like a spa day type shit or whatever. And that's like, that's not something that she would go out of her way to get, but she would go out of her way to get herself work shoes. So it's one thing to like get something que por un gusto versus like, oh, because
that, and just to see their face, bro.
Yeah.
I don't know.
We have something planned. We're planning something big for my mom's 60 or 60th. And I just can't wait to see that look on her face, you know, because I know this is something that she's never given herself.
And just to like, I don't know, it's just it's such a big feeling, you know.
Yeah.
It's such a big thing.
But it's just, I think that just comes from, I think as two very grateful daughters, like, gifting our parents like that no nos cuesta, because it's like we're just so grateful and appreciative.
Si se trata de mis padres, bro, I will bawl the fuck out.
Yeah.
And because I just know that han sacrificado tanto para venir a este país y tenerme aquí, you know, crearme aquí a mis hermanas to like the women that we are today, that I just like any thing that I get them it's not even compared to the stuff that they've given me and what they sacrificed for me.
Exactly.
Like nothing like I would do can even be a repayment like for them. But
yeah, at least how do you compare like a fucking pair of socks to like, oh, the life that I have here in the United States?
Exactly. Like no hay suficiente que puedo hacer para basically repay them for everything they've done for me. But what I could do is show my appreciation, you know, like little tokens of appreciation, and give them like things that they wouldn't give themselves.
Exactly.
So yeah, I tend to do that. Both Father's and Mother's Day, but yeah, we celebrate pretty big Father's Day.
That's good.
So
I'm glad you do.
Treat my dad.
We don't do it as big on Father's Day. But we don't do it as big with my mom, but it's more of like an appreciation day for her. But like for Mother's Day, it is like a bigger thing, because like she's just a very strong woman and mom, and we just appreciate everything she's done. But anyways, I think it's time for our break already, so we'll be right back, guys. My head is starting to hurt.
Me too, bro.
I think it's because we're hungry.
Should we order something before we do the second half? And that way we could get here?
Yeah. What are you feeling?
A ver, list me stuff. You just saw us ordering food.
And we are back. Sorry, guys.
You're so dumb.
I know. It's because, I guess I never stopped recording.
We were over here ordering food.
We're over here talking shit. I'm just kidding.
Talking shit.
I'm just kidding. Okay, I don't even remember where we left off.
Yo tampoco. Otra vez más, gracias a todos los papás.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Actually, I forgot I was going to ask you, at some point, I don't remember when, I was going to ask you, is there anything that you've learned from your dad that you don't think you would be able to learn from your mom? Having a present dad in your life?
Fuck.
Is that a loaded question?
That is a fucking loaded question that you should have told me before, so I would have been prepared and I can think. I can't think right now.
Tell me what I missed out on having a present dad.
And I think everybody is different. Not everybody's gonna have the same answer for this, because everybody's parents are different, you know, they bring different things to the table. For me, I love my mom, you know, but when it comes to being independent and standing my ground and not letting anybody like step over me or anything like that, being just, you know, fuerte, it definitely has, I owe it to my dad. My dad has showed me like, and he's different from other fathers, I could say, when it comes to like your traditional, like, oh, quiero que te cases and stuff like that. My dad was like, mija, if there's one thing I could tell you is that you're because you're a woman, people are going to make you think a certain way, but no, you have to stand on your own and be independent on your own and not need anybody else. Of course, people are going to come into your life and, you know, are going to make your life maybe like a little bit easier, but at the end of the day, you got yourself. And that I learned it from my dad.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And without him, I don't know, you know, I don't know how things would be, but yeah. I also learned how to, como I said it before, I learned a lot of more physical, like when it comes to like changing a tire.
But you don't remember?
No, bro, pero se me hace que si me ponen en esa situación and I literally have nobody to come help me, I think I can. I think I can. I YouTube it. But my dad showed me all that stuff. Obviously, my mom doesn't know. And so, without my dad, I wouldn't be.
My mom showed me where to check the oil levels.
Yeah.
Because she constantly checked her own like her own oil levels. So she taught me how to like, okay, you gotta pull this out and then you gotta look at the little thing or whatever to see like where the oil is. And I mean, she's not gonna do her own oil change,
but at least she knows when to change it.
Yeah, she knows how to check to see when she needs to change it.
Yeah. So my dad taught me all that, you know, and I had that with my dad. It was like, I was that kid that would be holding the flashlight for my dad when he was fixing the car or anything. Like, what the fuck?
I just got like paper stick to my lips.
I know. I just saw it.
Is it still there?
No, you got it.
I'm good. Okay.
Yeah. What the fuck, Angel?
Con las mamadas que saco. Okay, what were you saying? Sorry.
I lost my train of thought.
You said you hold the flashlight for your dad.
Yeah, it was like I'm very, very grateful and blessed to have like a very present father, because I was like, you know, como te estaba diciendo, like whenever my dad would be fixing the car, I'd be like that kid holding the flashlight, like, oh, agárramela, no la estás agarrando bien. Aquí.
I do see a lot of people like on social media have talked about how they held the flashlight wrong. Yes. And then their dad yelled at them.
Yes. And I'm like, oh shit, I'm just trying to help. But yeah, like it's I don't know, like my father, irreplaceable, just like my mother, but each of them play their own kind of like their role in life, in my life.
What about the other way? Like, what do you think you have learned from your mom that maybe your dad couldn't have taught you?
I love my dad and I love everything he brings, you know, but he's a lot more cold, you could say. Like, I know he appreciates me because I've talked about it, that one of my love languages is gift giving, and that's how he shows his love to me, you know, like me regala cosas, like, and it doesn't have to be expensive stuff. It's like things like, oh, I went to the store, reminding me of you, like here's some like cervezas that you really liked. Like, he'll do stuff like that. But I learned from my mom, like, to show love and appreciation from her, to like, it's okay to be open and it's okay to show your feelings from her, you know, like she taught me how to be vulnerable and how to accept the way that I'm feeling, and how to love, and to be nurturing from her.
So has your mom always do you think your mom operates on like feminine energy like all the time?
I think so, yeah. Most of the time, if she has to like tune into her masculine, because don't get me wrong, like because my dad is such he was, como dije, the breadwinner, so a lot of times like he's out there like hustling, trying to make money and stuff like that to bring to home. So a lot of the times my mom has to kind of like tune into her masculine energy to like fix things up around the house, to do it herself, because my dad, he's obviously working, so no va a tener tiempo. And sometimes it's hard, you know, my dad comes from a long day of work and the last thing you want to do is do more work sometimes, you know, like, so my mom tries to help him out with that and tune into that. But yes, I would say mostly my mom operates on feminine energy.
That's cool.
But that's because my dad gives her that option.
Yeah. So. Your dad has given her the space to like operate on feminine energy. Yeah. Because like with my mom, like I guess like unlike your, like I don't know if maybe, because I feel like the way you explained like what you learned from your mom versus what you've learned from your dad, I think for me it's like I actually learned from my mom to be like strong, independent, and rely on myself, and like, and I guess for her it was a little more extreme of like don't trust nobody, like shit like that, rely on yourself and be accountable, but I don't think she ever really taught me how to be vulnerable and how to be very nurturing and stuff like that. Like my mom has like, I feel like now that we're older she's been a little bit softer now, I think because she doesn't have such a heavy load of having to work the 2 jobs and like constantly worry about taking care of me, and like now because me and my sister can take care of her in some sense, and my sister, like my mom, because my sister still lives with my mom, and my sister has relieved some of like the financial pressure. My mom, I think, has had more time on her hands. Obviously she still has the job, but she's not as stressed out, you know, and I think it's like allowed her to kind of touch in with her feminine energy, and she's been like, I've noticed that she's been a lot softer with us now, and then I just think because of how I think because of our circumstances, it didn't really allow her to.
So you think it's because more so she was operating on her masculine energies for so long that it's kind of hard to like.
Yeah, and honestly, I don't really think my mom ever learned I think as
to nurture her feminine.
Yeah, I don't think she's ever learned how to nurture her feminine energy because growing up, I think I've mentioned before, like she did have like both her parents, but because there was so many of them too, and then my grandpa and my grandma's story is a whole, that's their story. A
whole other ballpark.
Yeah, but my mom was like mom number 2 because she was the oldest woman.
That's what happens with the oldest kid.
Yeah, so my mom was the oldest woman, and so she basically took care of everybody, and like she did everything for everybody, and she was like basically the one keeping everything in order to help my grandma, and so my mom has always known that she needed to take, like, she's never put herself first and always having to take care of others. And especially when my mom decided to leave my dad, I think that's when she really had to like kick it into gear, and
like masculine energy
had to
all the way up.
Yeah, all the way up
to get myself.
So basically make sure that she was able to take care of my sister and I. And I think because she was just masculine energy all the way, I don't think she ever really truly was able to. I don't think she was able to even, or capable of even teaching us how to nurture our feminine energy.
Yeah, I get you.
Because she was like all the way up. And I think now over time, we've I think on our own, my sister and I have been able to like tap into the feminine energy. And I think my mom has kind of seen that too. And I think because
it's allowed her to kind of like,
yeah, and then she's also she's also been able to step back because of she's had a little bit of she's also more, like I said, my sister took over some of the financial burden.
Yeah.
So my mom doesn't have to worry about that so much. So I think it allowed her to like soften up.
Yeah.
So
she doesn't have to be on masculine energy all the fucking time.
Yeah, but like it goes to show that like what a difference. Like we grew up totally different, 2 different households, but goes to show that like what a difference a present father can make in someone's life and allow a person to be a certain way and also raise their kids a certain way.
Yeah, because keep in mind, like, and everybody tells my dad, like, don't you want a boy? And my dad's like, for what do I want a boy? Like, he sees us like, ¿pa qué va a necesitar un muchacho? Like, he's content with all girls, and he's always been proud of being a girl dad. He loves being a girl dad. But he doesn't see, like, he's like, for him, he's like, oh, like, my girls could do, like, whatever, most, like, what you're gonna teach your boys to do, like, if I wanted to,
What is it with that, like, wanting a boy?
I don't know.
Oh, it's an ego thing.
It's more of an ego thing,
yeah. Because they have to pass down the name or whatever.
And it's seen, especially in Latino culture, culture. But because I'm pretty sure they've told my dad that, like, oh, what about your name? And that's like, first of all, there's so many Martinez's out here. Like, why you need another one?
Yeah, why you need another Martinez?
But my dad has never put emphasis in that. Like, he loves.
And second of all, just because you get married, you don't have to change your last name.
Exactly.
I mean, for me, I did. But then again, that's because of my own that's my own personal beliefs. But I'm not gonna put those on other people.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, when you have a kid, you have a choice of what last name to put on that kid.
Yeah,
if you really wanted to, like, everything is a choice. So it's really, like, I don't know, my dad never really was too, he didn't care about all that. For him, it's like the same thing, boy, girl, lo que sea. Like, he as long as he's just happy. I think my dad loves being a dad.
That's good.
And my dad loved, I feel like, especially, like, of course, when we grow older, like, I remember when I was a teenager, he was like, oh, shit, like, I gotta stay away. She's something else. And that's how it is with my other sister, but he's definitely softened up more. But, like, for example, with Lexi, oh, my God, my dad just loves, he plays around with her. He's that's how he was with us, too. Like, he's very involved and present. He might not talk about everything that I would talk with my mom. Like, my mom.
Girl, you're about to make me tear up. I think it's like, and I don't want to make this about me. No, it's just like, I think my inner child is still sad because, like, hearing all of this makes me feel like shit. I missed out on something very special. Oh my God, I'm making it. I missed out on something very special, but, like, I love hearing this. It makes me so happy because, like, what a difference a present father can fucking make that, like, for one, allows a woman to operate on, like, feminine energy, and then their kids grow up with, like, a dad and be able to teach them. Like, for example, for you, it was teach you how to like stand up for yourself and like, you know, be self-reliant and be confident and all those things. And then on the back end, you also have another parent who you can also rely on, but show you a softer side. Yeah. And it's like it just, for me, it was totally different.
My heart. My heart.
But this is like, for me, like I truly have a lot of respect for this holiday of like Father's Day, because it's a beautiful thing to have a present father.
It is.
And like I think it's just like just seeing it on your end, like it's just like my inner child hurts, but like at the same time, like I'm very happy for you, and like just like how I am for Val's family and for anybody who has a present father.
Yeah.
So keep going. Sorry.
My heart hurts. I'm sorry, girl. My heart hurts, but como estabas diciendo, la diferencia de tener un padre presente, it makes a world of a difference for a kid. And being a present father does not mean that you have to be with that, like the mom. Of course, something shit happens and relationships don't work out, but that does not, like, it cannot ruin the relationship that you have with your kid, because believe me, like, como tú estabas diciendo, like, the things that you remember are like the feelings, como, what were you saying? The feelings is mostly what you remember, not the words and stuff like that.
You remember the feel, like you remember how someone made you feel.
So like my dad has always made me feel safe and secure, and like I can't explain it, but like to think that, you know, a lot of people don't have that, it's like me duele el corazón, you know?
Yeah.
Because I know how big of an impact my dad was and how big of an impact my mom was, and both of them together just like
they're a team. Yeah, and it's just like, and
don't get me wrong, it's not perfect. It's not saying their relationship is perfect and everything like that, but they try. They're trying their best.
And they bring different things to the table. They each bring their own thing to the table, you know? It's like, it's really hard to be able to like, and I see this a lot, like in my mom, like it's really hard to put so much. It's a lot of pressure. First of all, it's a lot of fucking pressure for one person to be everything to you.
That's the thing, because and eso lo que dicen, to raise a kid, it takes a fucking village.
Yep.
So to all these single parents doing it, fucking props to y'all, because holy shit, like it takes a fucking village to raise a kid, and all that on just one person.
It's a lot.
It's a lot.
Like,
so obviously, like for your example, like with your mom, she had to operate so much on masculine energy. Like she didn't have to time to tune into her feminine energy. Yeah. She didn't have time to nurture her feminine energy. So how was she supposed to teach her daughters about feminine energy if she right now at that state of her life, she had to operate on masculine energy to make things work?
Yeah.
So like, and it's like, I don't know.
And I think just because of that, I feel like I have that's why I have so much respect for her, because it's a fucking lot. Yeah. It's a lot. And like what she had to do just to raise my sister and I, that's why for me, it's easy to be like, I'm going to celebrate you on Father's Day. Yeah, like I still celebrate Father's Day with my dad. Like we'll go out to eat, or I'll give him like a gift. I don't think his gifts are as elaborate as the ones that I give my mom, because at the end of the day, he's still my dad.
It's a token of appreciation at the end of the day.
Yeah. I'm still giving him something. Yeah. And it's like I still appreciate like especially who he is now.
Yeah. How he's changed.
His gifts have definitely gotten better over the years.
But at the end of the day, who's been that father role since day fucking one?
It was my mom. Yeah. And so for my mom, like no me cuesta to go all out and, you know, get her something like nicer. But it's just, I have so much respect for present fathers. And like you said, like I want to go back to what you said. It just because a present father doesn't mean that they're living in the household with their partner. A present father is somebody who still shows for their kid regardless of his relationship with the kid's mom.
Exactly.
Like a present father doesn't have to live with their kid, but they're present. They show up to the games. They show up to their fucking award ceremonies. They fucking show up to...
They're financially responsible for their kids.
Exactly. And by financially responsible, it's not a fucking measly $100 a month.
It's not. not, bro. Like, you can't leave. No, it's split into half, depending on how you have it with the mom. But they're financially responsible for that kid because it's their kid as well. And as part of showing stability to your kid is part of being a present father.
Yeah,
present mother.
But also let's not confuse being present with just fucking providing money, but not being emotionally present.
No,
because your kids also need a present father emotionally. Yeah. And I think that's a very beautiful thing to see too.
Yeah, I definitely fucking agree. I don't know. I just don't think, like, I just wish, like, and it's sad how you said statistically a lot of people don't celebrate Father's Day because the dad is not in the role or anything like that. And I think a lot of people, like, also just celebrate, like, for example, Mother's Day because they don't celebrate them on Father's Day because they just como fueron criados or whatever. But it's just so sad because it's like, for me, my dad is my everything. I've said it before. My parents are my everything, and my dad has taught me so much about life in general, especially when it comes to, like, business and just life, you know, like, just life. And without my dad, bro, and hustle for sure, like, especially, like,
I think he's a very good example of hustle.
He's a very good example that, you know, I'm gonna, like, make it from the bottom to, like, where I'm at right now. Como dije,
y siempre se encuentra la manera.
Yeah, nunca, like, yeah, of course he's been tight on money, like a lot of immigrants that come, you know, you have to make it work, but my dad has done it so. Like, I love that man. Like, he's done it so well that he's never showed us that we're struggling. He's always, lo que necesitamos lo tenemos allí. And he's always been there. It's not just been materialistic. He's always been there. Like, even though he doesn't maybe know how to express his feelings so much because that's how he was raised, he's done the work and he's doing the work to kind of show us, like, you know, like, I love you, like, a hug or anything. Like, it's amazing. It's amazing. And I happy Father's Day to my dad. He doesn't watch this because he knows that I have a podcast and he's like, hell yeah, fucking do it. But yeah, he no entiende. So he's like, no sé qué están hablando. Yeah. Probably talking shit about me and I don't even know.
Not this episode.
Not this one. This one we're appreciating.
But I think we've reached the end of the episode. Yeah. But again, we dedicate this episode to all the dads out there, present father figures.
Yeah, people who play the father role.
Yes. Happy Father's Day to all of you guys, to your own fathers, to even if you're not an actual blood father, but you've taken on that father role. Anybody that plays a father role, thank you so much. Believe me, your kids truly appreciate you being in their life and being present. They really do. And don't forget that you're special too. Yes. I mean, fucking, you know, society and maybe, like, big companies and all this don't, like, celebrate Father's Day as big as they do Mother's Day. But just know that you guys are also appreciated. Yes. Definitely. So anyways, aquí los dejamos. Yeah. Make sure to follow us on TikTok and Instagram at La Lucha is Real Podcast. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Oh, shit. Don't forget to like. You're like, whoa. I'm like, you threw me for a loop there. I was like, wait, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. And for those of you who are on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, don't forget to leave a 5-star review. You know, if it's anything less, you know, where do they go, Angel? Tell them. They hit the DMs. Exactly. And we'll discuss about it because, you know. Yeah. And don't forget, if you are on YouTube, hit that like button. It helps out a lot, our channel. Yeah, and so comment if you guys, you know, I don't know, whatever you guys want to put. Yeah. Whatever. Share your thoughts about the episode or just whatever you're doing. I don't know. Yeah. Let us know. But anyways, ahí los dejamos, chicos. Que Dios los bendiga. Y besitos. Adiós. Bye.